I do anything else. And I always say good morning to Shiv Baba, to God, the Supreme. As soon as I wake up, I say good morning. And so I know it's going to be a good morning. Started off with good morning. And then in the night time, just give thanks for the day. Try to remember good things that happened during the day. And just have that feeling I'm going to have a good sleep and replenish all the body and mind. So it's about having good wishes for the self and letting go of anything that happened during the day that wasn't so good, just letting it go. So we can all practice doing more. Don't worry, there's always a chance to improve. So we're going to have a meditation now, and it's from Knowing God, a CD called Knowing God, and it's Sister Janti, and it's a being of light, a being of light. So it's about the Supreme Soul, but we also are beings of light. We're a beam of light here in the center of the forehead that's giving life to this body. And so we're going to listen to this meditation, and you can focus your eyes on this picture of connection. So I am the soul here in the center of the forehead, and I'm connecting with the Supreme Soul, who is in another realm, like out of this universe. He is the light. The white is the angelic realm of angels, and here is the soul world, which is golden red light, and the Supreme Soul is there. So connecting in a second, can connect in a second, and have that feeling of talking to my mother, my father, my teacher, my friend, the one who's purifying me, the one who's telling me how good I am, the one who knows my potential, who never thinks badly of me. So all those things we can be thinking of, and Sri Ram's going to play the commentary, A Being of Light.
Coming to the awareness of the eternal self and the home of light, a very natural awareness develops. The awareness of the eternal connection with the Supreme. Let's spend a few moments exploring the relationship with the Supreme. As the body sits quietly, I focus my thoughts on the being of light. I, the soul. And with one thought, I reach my home, the world of light. And here, in this vast, infinite expanse of light, I can feel the presence of the Supreme. Supreme. The source of light, the absolute, the unlimited, the infinite. I enjoy the magnificence of God, the being of light. The light of God, bright and yet gentle. A light filled with love, but also a light that is strong, filled with might, with power. As God's light reaches me, I know that although I had forgotten and I had gone very far away, but God did not forget me. God's light makes me aware of God's love for I, the soul. God's light is the light of love. I absorb this within my own being. God's light awakens the latent memories that I had forgotten. As I awaken, I realize the eternal connection that I have with the Supreme. God's light extends into infinity, but yet with God's grace, I'm able to see the source of the light, the infinitesimal, the being of light, the source who is the point, and I focus my attention totally on the infinitesimal point, and I find myself being pulled deep into the infinitesimal source. And I am filled with God's light and might. Om Shanti. God is being described as truth. Let's spend a few moments exploring and experiencing this aspect of God. In the consciousness of I, the point of light, in the awareness of the truth of my own identity, I transcend illusion, limited consciousness, the world of change, and move into the dimension of truth, of reality, of eternity. And in this dimension, I come to the being who is the Supreme. The being of light, the Supreme Soul, the one who is beyond any change, the one who is constant, the one who is ever pure, the one who is eternal truth. In the presence of God, the Supreme, the being of truth, I see absolute beauty, benevolence, compassion. In the presence of truth, I'm able to shed my own ego, the masks and the illusions that had supported me. And I return to my own original state. I, the soul, alone, free. In the presence of truth, I am free. And I absorb the power of truth within myself. And as the truth reaches deep within my own being, I return to my original state of purity. The being of truth is the Almighty, the ultimate authority, and absorbing truth within myself. I am filled with the authority and the might of the Supreme. Truth fills me with power and courage and hope. And in the presence of truth, I have the guarantee that I will have victory and come back to my own original state of purity and truth. But I also have the guarantee that truth will prevail. A world of truth will return in the presence of God, absolute truth.
So, how was that? Faith, how was that for you?
It was good. I had a bit of a chattering mind this morning. So about 2/3 of the way through the first one, I closed my eyes so that I could focus. And then once I had that connection,
yes,
strongly, then I slowly, bit by bit, opened my eyes, maintaining that connection. And then
perfect,
by the end, I could do that. Yeah.
perfect, perfect. And Pretty, how did you go? Yeah. Can you put your mic on? She can't. What'd she say?
It was very calming, and I need to listen to it again to trust, to truly understand.
Yeah, I think that's true. You might be better uh, as you're starting to have the one commentary and keep listening to that every morning when you wake up and every night. It's, I think, only about 6 minutes, isn't it, the commentary? and just listen to the same one until you almost know it by heart and you can just do it yourself. It doesn't matter, you don't have to get the exact words, but you get the feeling. But to begin with, maybe for a couple of weeks, every morning and every night, just listen to the same commentary. And whichever one you like, that one God is truth, that's a good one, I think, to listen to. And the reason why we remember God or the Supreme or Baba, whatever you like to call that soul, is because that soul is the only one who's perfect. See, all of us, everyone on earth has got some faults or others. We're not completely perfect. And now that we're meditating, we will increase, each day will increase our truth or our light, whichever you're looking at, whichever it is you're working on will increase. And you can choose a particular virtue, like you might choose patience or trust, or choose one particular virtue and work on that for a week and just see how it grows. It's very good to keep a journal. I do, and I write every night. And it just keeps you on track. So you know, well, okay, I worked on patience. What happened? This incident, that incident. Was I more patient? Or if you're thinking of forgiveness, you might work on forgiveness for a week. Was I able to forgive if someone did something wrong? Was I able to forgive myself if I told a lie or did something negative? You know, and you do it with love, not like angry at the self or angry at anyone else, but just with love. How could I have acted better in that circumstance? You know, and it's good you have a little discourse with yourself. And the Supreme Soul is the only one who all the time is pure. And so the more I connect with that soul, the more I grow in that way. So it's like, for instance, you might be an apprenticeship carpenter. So the more you work with someone who is a professional carpenter who is very good at his trade, you know, the more you work with that person, the more you improve. And you've got an example to follow. So it's like that with God. God is the supreme, the one who has everything perfect and who never loses it, you know. He never has a body of his own that he can come live on the earth and do things wrong. He doesn't. He is just a perfect soul. And so the more we connect, the better. And every day we read a Murli, and the Murli is words of God. He borrows the body of Brahma Baba and speaks to us every day. And it's quite amazing, because if you have a question to ask, you ask God, the Supreme, in your mind or write it in your journal, and the next day you get the answer in the Murli. It's absolutely amazing how it works. So you can practice with that, and you can listen with us online, and we can have some time where you're in Sydney, aren't you, Faith? You're in Sydney? Where are you? Near Ballina.
Yeah.
How far is it from Blue Mountains?
10 hours.
Oh, that's a long time.
No, but I do come down to Sydney, and I have gone to some of the mountains retreats.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I don't mind traveling the distance.
Lovely. Well, you can come and do a retreat with us. And if you want to stay a couple of days longer, you can do that, and we can give extra help and talk.
And I think we have nice cake also, right?
Pardon?
We have also cakes here. She loves the cake.
She loves cake. And Pretty, where are you living?
She's writing Kelby Ridge. Kelby Ridge.
And whereabouts is that compared to the Blue Mountains?
And she's saying, Preeti, I have been to the center for a day retreat event. Somewhere maybe in Lura or Fido, you know.
How far away are you from the Blue Mountains?
She's saying about 1 or 2 hours and an hour around.
Well, that's very close.
And Preeti is saying at Lura she did it one day retreat and she met you.
Good. Well, anytime you want, that's very close. You're close to us. You have a look online and see if there's anything you'd like to do, like there's a silence retreat, or there's a beginner's retreat or an intermediate retreat. You can come and do it just for vision, or you can come and we'll have a session together, just talk about things, how it's all going. You just let us know. You can come anytime. So I'd like to revise, if we can have just a little bit revision, because this is our last lesson. And we'll come to that after, can we? So the first thing we did in the beginning, we did about thoughts and how thoughts really shape our life. And so to always have a positive thought or a necessary thought. So if we were playing in an orchestra, what would be a positive thought we could have?
A positive thought could be, I'm in harmony.
Yes. Very good. And Pretty, what would be a positive thought if you were playing in an orchestra? You have to watch what she's saying.
Being able to be part.
Yes.
She's saying being able to be a part.
Yes, that's very nice to be part of it. It's like working together, cooperating. And what's a necessary thought you could have? You might need to practice. I must remember to practice my part, or if I've got a stringed instrument, I must make sure that the strings are in tune, or something like that. A necessary thought. And then we've got, I just want to quickly revise. Then we've got a negative thought. What's a negative thought? Yes, that's a very good one. That's a very common one that people have. I'm not good enough. You know, everyone else in the orchestra is better than me. What about you, Pretty? What's a negative thought? Yes. Negative thought, yes. Yes, yes. And then a waste thought. So they've done experiments and they've found out that most of our thoughts are waste thoughts. And waste thoughts always start with what if. So you can remember waste and worry. They both start with W. So what if they don't like me? What if I fall off the stage? What if my instrument's cold and can't play properly? It's always what if this happens? What if that happens? And most of the things that we worry about don't happen. But they take up so much more of our time than any other thoughts. So you can practice in your diary, or it's like a chart. You know, you can think, well, how many of my thoughts today were, a rough percentage were positive, you know, necessary, negative, or waste, just a percentage out of 100 or something like that. Or you can say the majority, or play a bit with this, with your thoughts. And then we studied about the soul. I'm a point of light situated in the center of the forehead behind the eyes, and looking out through the eyes, listening through the ears, speaking through the mouth, and enjoying this life, to make up in your mind that this is, at the beginning of each day, this is going to be a good day for me, and I'm going to send good wishes to everyone, and I'm going to enjoy everything I do. So that's the soul. And my qualities are peace, happiness, love, wisdom, balance, purity, power. And I never used to like that word power. I used to always think it meant control, but it doesn't. It means strength, really. I have the strength. I have the power to do what I want. I have that power, that strength. And of course, the next lesson is linking with God. And as I link with the Supreme, I get more power. So we say I'm a lighthouse and I'm a might house. That means I'm giving light to show the way, and I'm giving power to others, giving those good wishes. So you can start off, if you know someone who's ill, you can send them good wishes. And then you get to the time where you're sending to the whole world. And they told about the astronaut, and he was up in the air and he was looking down. He came from America, and he was looking down, waiting to see America on the world going around. And he was so happy when he saw America. And after a while, he didn't even care. He felt like, I'm a child of the earth, of the whole world. And he goes all around the world. Armstrong, isn't it his name? And he goes all over the world giving lectures to all countries saying, you know, we're one, the whole world is one, and there's the one supreme. And so that God is ever pure, never for a moment loses that power, that might, that love, that happiness. And so he's our coach, he's training us. And he, she, no, neither gender, mother and father, teacher and friend. So, and then the lesson on the karma, the law of karma. What I do comes back. So everything I do, all the good wishes I give will come back to me. Maybe not in this birth. We understand about reincarnation. I have many births, sometimes rich, sometimes poor, sometimes male, sometimes female. And I'll always get back. If I do good, good will come back. If I do bad, bad will come back. And I understand this and I accept it. And I make every effort to think good thoughts, think good wishes, so that keep the good wishes coming and good feelings coming. So if I can remember anyone I've done any harm to or thought bad thoughts, if I can send them the good wishes and give the negative thoughts to God, he says, give me all your rubbish. So I give them all in my mind to God. And then if they come to my mind again, I say, you're not mine anymore. I've asked for forgiveness. I've given those thoughts to God and I'm free. You know, so you don't keep thinking I'm a bad person. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done that. It's finished once you give it to God and you forgive yourself and let it go. So the law of karma. So if anything happens to me, like I've fallen over twice recently, this year, the first time I broke my wrist and the second time I bruised my shoulder. But they were bad falls and by rights I should have left the body. You know, we don't say die, but I should have left the body, but I didn't. So I knew in my mind I'd done some things negative to deserve that to happen, but also I'd done some things positive to keep me going. So I think the best thing is Daddy Janki, who left the body this year. She was 104, but she always said that acceptance is the best word in the English dictionary, acceptance. So whatever happens, I accept and I understand. If it's good, I've brought it about. If it's bad, I've brought it about, and I let it go. I don't hang on to it anymore. And let it go and be light and be happy to be you, you know, because there's something good you've done to be in the position that you are, where you can hear this knowledge, when you can be everyone's friend and you can have a good life. So be happy to be you. There's no one else that can be as good as you are. And today in the Murli, Baba said that the worst thing of all is to make excuses. So I got a surprise. I didn't expect that, but I think we can think about it and think we don't know how short time is. We don't know how much time we've got. So if we can make a special effort to let go of any excuses and to do whatever we think is a good thing to do it, you know, and don't be hard on the self. If I've forgotten to do it, then think, well, tomorrow I will do it. Have that determination. And have a sparkle of fortune, of happiness on your face. So people often see the Brahma Kumaris and say, how come you're always smiling? And the reason is we know the whole cycle, and we know that we go around the whole cycle and doing good things and helping people and being close to the Almighty. So as much as we can, we want to lift ourselves and lift everyone that comes in contact with us. And we can do it through our drishti. Our drishti is the way we look at someone. And we can look at them with good wishes, feeling they're a brother or a sister of mine. And just feeling good towards them. And if they're doing bad acts, I still need to think good towards them, because as I think good towards them, they will let go of the bad and they will start doing things good. But if I look on them that they're a bad person and that they're no good, that will increase. There's a saying that says, where the energy goes, life flows and grows. So I don't want to give energy to the negativity. The more I think about the negativity, whether it's of someone else or of myself, that negativity will grow. So I'm responsible, I'm a partner in making them worse. That's how you can look at it. Or I'm a partner in making myself worse. If I keep thinking I'm no good, no one cares about me, no one likes me. If I think like that, I'm making that grow. So we're all gardeners, but we can choose whether we're helping the beautiful, bright flowers to bloom or the thorns or weeds. I can choose which I want to help. So the law of karma is a very beautiful lesson. And then we came to the intermediate course, and we did the cycle. So the cycle, we had a ruler. Thank you, Sri Ram. So this is Brahma Baba and Nama. Brahma Baba, he was in his 60s when he came to this knowledge, and what happened, he was at a party, and he was a very, very wealthy man. He was a jeweler and sold jewelry to crown princes and princesses from every country, and he sold to England, to UK, to the royalty. Anyway, he never went out of India, but he was a very well-known and loved person. And he was at a party, and he went into this room, and the whole room turned into red lights, and he heard this voice saying, I am God, I am Shiva. Shiva means bestower, and it also means the point. And it was the Supreme Soul talking through him, but he didn't know it was the Supreme Soul, and he thought it was him because it was I am God. And so his daughter-in-law went past, and she saw him there, and he was very much afraid because he was having visions of destruction, of the end, when the whole world goes into a very difficult stage of cleansing through earthquakes, through fires, tidal waves, hailstones, great tsunamis, bombs. He saw all of that. And he was screaming, stop, stop, I can't take this. This is Brahma Baba. And he's saying, I can't take this, I can't take this. And so the Supreme Soul stopped the vision and then gave the vision of Golden Age and said, this is what is coming. And so he saw a time when the lion lies down with the lamb, There's no more crying. Everyone's happy. Everyone's in bliss, and beautiful flowers. And we might have a picture, or we might have a picture of the golden age. And it'll come in a minute. And this is Mama, and she came when she was only 17. She was a young girl, come straight from school, never had a job. She used to sing and dress very fashionably. And what happened? Her father left the body and her uncle left the body. And so her mother and her aunt came to the Brahma Kumaris because they'd heard it's a good place to go. And just clear this matter. Still there. And so as soon as she came, people started calling her Mama. She didn't know why, but that was her position, to be the mother. And she was only very young. So Brahma Baba lived in one house with his family. He was married and he had five or six children, and grandchildren. They all lived in one house. And then there was there was a narrow lane in the middle, and then there was another house. And Mama lived in the second house, which was a few stories high, with all the children, and with the mothers and children, all of the ones that had come to be with them. And so we've gone to the golden age. And so anyway, Mama, she became a wonderful help to Brahma Baba. And she felt like she was his daughter. But she took a role of leadership and looked after all the children and the people who'd come to live with the Brahma Kumaris. Now, this is the golden age. So in the golden age, because Brahma Baba and Mama had done so much good, their karmic return is that they become the rulers of the golden age. So this is Lakshmi, who was Mama, the soul, same soul that was Mama. And this is Narayan, who's the same soul as Brahma Baba. And they become the emperor and empress, or the empress and the emperor of the golden age. And there's beautiful flowers. And this is, I don't know, snake, I think. What's this? A swan. And this is us, so this is the lotus flower. So the lotus flower, its roots are in the mud, but the flower grows up through the murky water, and it shows its beautiful form, and it never goes back into the mud again, but the root is still there in the mud. So that's like us. Our feet are on the ground. We live in this world of sorrow, but our mind is drawn towards the eternal, the everlasting beauty, love, peace, happiness, all those beautiful qualities. So we are living lotus flowers. And you can see that when you go for a walk in the cement, you'll see little flowers popping up from where there's cracks, haven't you? You've seen that? So to think we are that. We are those flowers that even when there's nastiness or bitterness or anything, we will pop up and give light to that situation, give purity, peace, happiness, like the flower gives colour and fragrance. So we have to love our part so much, love our part that we're playing. Is that okay, Pretty? I'm imagining you there because I know I saw how you look. Is that okay, all this? Yeah? Okay, so this is the golden age. Everything pure and beautiful, the demons, that even a child of 8 can fly a demon. You just sit in the demon and it takes you where you want to go because it's telepathy. And we would never have understood this when I came to this knowledge. It was 32 years ago. The only computers they had were as big as this room. Huge, huge computers. And they didn't have robots. Now, what robots can do, you can put a robot on and it'll vacuum the whole place around corners. It's unbelievable what robots can do. And so these demons will have the power to read our thoughts and know exactly where to take us. Amazing things will happen in the golden age. So, the tree, the still golden age. We haven't done the cycle. Okay, golden age, silver age, copper age, and iron age, or representing the seasons, spring, summer, autumn, winter. So in the golden and silver age, we don't know God at all. We have no connection because we're all godlike. That's why we're called deities. It means godlike beings. And there's history and there's many stories about the deities, that they were always smiling and that they were always loving. So that's golden and silver age. Now, because it's the law of entropy, we started perfect. Gradually, we're losing. Gradually, very, very gradually, we're losing, but we're still perfect. And then, and summer, full of flowers and fruit, beautiful magic going on in the golden age. Copper age. So all these are still very colourful, and the Copper Age very colourful with all the different religions. And that autumn is represented by all the different colours of the different religions. And God, the Supreme Soul, sent the religious founders down to start a religion to help bring virtues to the land, you know? Qualities, good qualities, because every religion teaches to be kind, to be loving, to be powerful, all the qualities. And by the time we get to the Iron Age, we're still losing a little bit. Here's Abraham with the Jewish religion. There's Buddha with the Buddhists, Christ with the Christians. We don't have a photo of Mohammed because he never let anyone take his photo. So we've got the Quran, which is the religious book of the Muslims. And so they start off very pure, and gradually they're losing a little bit too. But everyone that comes down, in the time they come down, they have their golden age. So Christ, of Abraham here, starting near the beginning of the Copper Age, he starts with his golden age. So Jewish people, they wouldn't be interested in here. They would like to come down when Abraham is there, or when Moses gets the 10 Commandments, and be here then. So that would be their golden age. And then it goes into their silver age here, and like that. So Buddha, the Buddhists, they would love to be with Buddha, come down when Buddha is born, the little baby Buddha, or the little baby Christ. The Christians would want to be down where the 3 kings had a vision of a star in the sky and followed it and found this stable where this little baby was born. So, and the Muslims would want to be with Muhammad. So the autumn is a time, it starts off, all these religious founders, or not Buddha, Buddha really was enlightened, but they don't know about God really. But Abraham, Christ, and Muhammad, they're all called Abrahamic religions, where they believe in one God. And so by the time all of these get to the Iron Age, they've lost their beauty and they look very bare, and you know, the Iron Age is cold and lacking. And at that time, good happens anyway, because at that time people realize they've gone down, they realize they're no good, and so they're ready to turn to the confluence age here, where we actually come in contact with God, and God works through us. The Supreme Soul works through Brahma and through us to understand this and to teach it. And at the end, everyone has to know that they're a soul and know about the Supreme Soul. All the rest of these things that we're learning and you're learning, not everyone will know that. But anyone who's going to come in the Golden Age will know all of this. Even if they're going to come in the Silver Age, they'll know all of this. But otherwise, they might be in the soul world, can't see it on this picture, but stay there until it's their time to come down, and then they'll come down. But in the confluence age, I wanted to read you a little bit from that. So this is a little bit from the confluence age. Now I come back to the awareness of the confluence age, the age when the soul with knowledge must act with total detachment. I move with the awareness I am a pure soul, constantly showering gifts of peace, purity, and love on all souls through good vibrations, through pure wishes. I maintain pure soul-conscious relationships with others. Everyone is my sister or brother. I see how once before I did such good action. I see how I have previously risen and fallen. My destiny is already assured. I am merely recreating my role for eternity. My eternal fortune flashes before me. I carry with me my constant link with the Supreme Soul, the ocean of love, the ocean of peace, the ocean of knowledge. And I constantly shower happiness on my fellow souls. Om Shanti. So every day we need to think beautiful thoughts about ourselves, and then we'll think about others. But first, everything we have to do to ourselves, and then we do to others. And now we're going to look at the lifestyle of a yogi, the lifestyle of a yogi. The tree. Okay, we'll have a look at the tree. So Mama and Baba sitting there, The seed of the tree is the Supreme Soul. Here's all of us meditating. And here the trunk of the tree, which is so strong and so stable and unshakable. Nothing can ever happen to the trunk of the tree. And that's the Golden Age and the Silver Age. The Golden Age is Lakshmi and Narayan, and the Silver Age rulers are called Sita and what's the other one? Ram and Sita in the Silver Age. And then starts the Copper Age, where we have Abraham, Buddha, Christ, Mohammed, and here is the sannyasis, Shivacharya, yeah? Shankaracharya. He is the founder of the sannyasis. And what they do is when they turn 60, they leave their homes and their families and they go off into the forest, into the dense forests, and they live there without anything. They don't have food or anything. People have to bring them food, and they don't want anything. They don't have any possessions, and they pray all the time to God. So this is Sita and Ram and Sita. They're the emperor and empress of, or king, queen of the Silver Age. And there's Lakshmi and Narayan, and this is Krishna and Radhe. So this is Mama when she's in the Golden Age. She is Radhe, and Brahma Baba is Krishna. And he's the first prince in the Golden Age, and he becomes the emperor. And this is Krishna playing the flute. So a lot of people think Krishna is God, but it's because God spoke through him. That's why he, in the confluence age. So that's why people think that Krishna is God, but he's not. Because in the Golden and Silver Age, we have no idea of God. God stays in the soul world and is just there resting. He doesn't do anything in the Golden or Silver Age. So then comes the Iron Age after the what do you call it? After the Copper Age comes the Iron Age, and there's bombs and all sorts of terrible things happening. And then this is the soul world, where the tree will start again, and everyone will be here waiting in bliss in the soul world. We'll all be in bliss. We'll all be completely happy in the soul world until something in the on the earth, the gravity pulls us down at exactly the right time when we're supposed to come. So can we have now the today's lesson? Okay, so what supports a spiritual lifestyle? What could get in the way? Okay, so the spiritual lifestyle is represented by this chair, and it has 4 legs. And what could get in its way is if one leg was broken, or this top part was broken, or this is falling apart, something like that can get in the way. So what are the supports? So the first one is daily knowledge. Yeah, but I haven't got time. I'll cover it all and then I'll ask you some questions, all right? Pretty, you asking anything? Is she asking anything?
No.
No.
Question for them. Just to see.
Yeah, but I'll ask some questions after. I want to make sure I cover it. So knowledge every day. So yoga, that means link with God every day. Dana, living a life with virtue every day. Service, doing something to help mankind, to help the human race, to help nature every day. So the 4 subjects, we need to do them every day. And this is where Baba says today in the Murli, excuses is the worst mistake we make. And so we might think, oh, it doesn't matter today if I leave out Dharma. That means if I go through this day without sending good wishes, without having good thoughts for myself and for others, but no, we can't. We can't make excuses. All these things we need to do daily. So the knowledge, we can talk with others, we can tell others about it, we can listen to the Murli each day, we can have a wonderful time with this knowledge. Yoga, our link with Baba, with God, Supreme, that makes us better. It makes us into really our good self, our true self, by having the yoga. Yoga means connection. So connecting, if we have that picture of the connection, every spare moment we have, we can link with God. Yes? Yeah? Yes. So this connection every day, as much as we can during the day, even for a minute, just have that connection. And the dana, the good points, wishing good to people, thinking good of people, thinking good of the self, that's the dana. And of course that will come back to us. Whatever we do will come back. And service, every day we want to serve humanity, serve the world. So now the other thing is the 4 pillars. So if we had 4 pillars to hold up something, one would be good company.
4 pillars.
Yeah, we'll have the 4 pillars. So the first one is good company. So make sure that I have good friends and good neighbours, good company. And some people, I heard this story, this person, the neighbours were always shouting and swearing and carrying on. And so this person decided to bake a cake and take it in and give a present to these horrible neighbours. Instead of screaming back at them and throwing things at them, took in a beautiful cake they'd made, and all the aggression from those people stopped. They thought, what a kind person, we're horrible to her, and she's bringing in a cake she's made. So we can always do things to make company better by thinking good thoughts about them. And also the best company is the Supreme Soul. So we never need to be lonely. Whenever we're by ourselves, we could be waiting for a train or waiting for someone to come, or while something's cooking, whatever it is. If we're cooking, we can stir it with good wishes. If someone rings up. Now, I used to get very upset if people told me stories, sad stories, or difficulties they've got to overcome and everything. And I would be upset and I would start to cry. And people would say, not only am I in trouble, not only am I going through difficulty, but now I've upset Sally, and that would make them feel worse. And so what I do now is I look for the virtue in anything that someone is telling me. If they're telling me a story, I can see they've been patient. I'll say to them, you're so patient, even though you're going through a difficult time, you're so patient. Or I might see forgiveness, and I'll say, no matter how people are being nasty to you, you're forgiving them. That's amazing quality. Or I might say to them, what else? You've got courage. I can see it's such a difficult situation, but you've got such courage. And so they go away feeling proud of themselves instead of thinking they're a victim because this is a difficult situation. I must have done something very bad and I'm a victim. Instead of that, they feel they're a hero. I'm going through this difficulty, but I'm showing courage. And so good company, and we can make the company better by our own thoughts. Pure diet. Okay, I'll ask you a question now. What's a pure diet? What do you think a pure diet is? What would you have in a pure diet?
I would think that a pure diet is raw food, fresh food, no sugar, no dairy, vegetables, lots of water.
Perfect. And you tell me if Pretty's saying anything.
Made from no harm to anyone.
It causes no harm to anyone. Beautiful. That's lovely. Yes, both those very good descriptions. And pure diet also is in the golden age, we don't even have to pick anything. We just go towards the tree, put our hand out, and the tree drops the fruit in our hand. So in golden age, we won't need to cook anything. We won't need to, we can live on just fruit. One fruit would be enough for the day because it's so beautiful with the pure sun shining on it. The sun is so beautiful. So pure diet is exactly that. It's not causing any harm to anyone. And it's not eating anything animal from animals because Dr. Dolittle said, would you eat your friends? Animals are our friends. And when I was teaching, there was a boy who came from France, and in France, they eat horse. And the boys in the class I was teaching, they gave this boy such a hard time. How can you eat horse? How can you eat horse? Horses are so wonderful. And they drove him crazy. And he said, what is the difference? If a cow, you eat a cow, you eat a lamb, you eat a pig, you eat a bird. And, you know, they couldn't see that. They thought what they ate was all right. And sometimes people go out for a meal and they point to a lobster and then people kill the lobster and cook it and give it to them. And, you know, such terrible things going on. And of course, in some countries, they even are cannibals, eat people. So the pure diet is not causing any harm to anyone or any animal or anything. And when we cook with that feeling of giving love to the food. And so when we serve the food to people, they feel this is beautiful, tastes so lovely. And sometimes they come here for meals, and when they have retreats and they say, we tried this recipe, but it didn't turn out like this. And then we said to them, do it again and do it with love. And when you stir it, bring the Supreme Soul there to watch over it, give love to it, and they do, and then they say, changed its taste altogether. So beautiful. And when we've cooked, we have little not saucepans, little dishes, and we put a little bit of the food that we've cooked, and we sit and we offer it to God. We say, you know, I cooked this food in your remembrance, it's for you. And the Supreme Soul gives blessings to that food, and then we serve it, and we don't serve it until we've offered it to the Supreme first. And what Daddy Janki told me, she said, when you offer it, you say to the Supreme Soul, your blessings, your good wishes to this food. I offer this food to you, and I offer myself to you. And so I do that every time, and other people do it too, so that we're giving our lives to God at the same time as we're giving our food. And we feel much healthier, and we feel much more spiritual and happier. And the next one is study. So study is the knowledge, and that is learn something every day, learn something new every day, bring newness. And they say if you do this, it stops dementia and Alzheimer's disease and everything, because you have to bring newness into it. So something new. I know some people, they look up the dictionary and they learn a new word every day. Or if you want to learn another language like Hindi, you can learn a word every day. Or study about the Murli. What can you do with the Murli? What points in the Murli mean something to you? What can you take up for that day, something that's in the Murli? And you can listen to the Murli online. You can talk with Sri Ram, and he can put you on our list, and you get the Murli. You'll hear the Murli being read every day. And loving relationships. So loving relationships are not thinking I'm superior and not thinking I'm inferior, but self-respect. Respect for everyone and self-respect for myself. And always thinking that everyone is my family. It's a beautiful thing to feel, no matter what country people come from, they're my brother or my sister. And I can help them by sending good wishes and pure feelings. Loving relationships, not of power, not I have power over you, or not thinking you have power over me, but we're all the one family. Loving relationships. So, do we have any pictures of the 4 pillars? It doesn't have pictures, though. Pictures in Hindi would be good. So anything you'd like to ask about anything now, because we've covered, although briefly, we've covered everything in the course, but you might like to ask some questions about anything, any parts of the course.
I have a question.
Yes?
Before you said to sit in love, not to be negative or just to sit in love.
Yes.
How do we sit in love?
Sit with the Supreme in like that connection, and feel the love of the Supreme coming to you. Feel it coming to you very, very strongly, like that soul knows you. That soul knows you birth after birth after birth after birth after birth, everything about you. He doesn't forget anything. He remembers everything. So feel that love just pouring all over you, just showering over you. And then you can give that love to others. But first take it for yourself. First start with yourself, and then you can give to others. And it's a beautiful, warm feeling. What are we looking at here? 4 pillars. So this is listening to the Murli. So that's knowledge. This one is, it looks like knowledge too, doesn't it? I don't know which is Dana. This one? Oh, this one is Dana, like having good wishes, pure feelings. This one is eating good food, pure diet. And this one is giving flowers, happiness to everyone. Loving relationships. Which one? This one? This one. Loving relationships. And this one's connection. He's sitting on the floor. I hadn't seen that one before. Thanks. That's good. That's good. So is that all right about the love? The quality you want. You just see yourself sitting there, the point of light, the connection, and you feel the Supreme Soul giving you that, whatever it is you want. Courage, happiness, peace, love, purity. And purity, it doesn't just mean celibacy, but it means purity. It means like not even having a negative thought. And only the Supreme Soul is completely, utterly pure, because that soul never takes a body. But still you can think of that purity coming. So lack of negativity, like peace and happiness and everything, is contained in purity. And then I can give to others. But unless I take from the Supreme, I can't give to others. I just get depleted. You know, and I think at the end of the day, I'm exhausted. If we practice all those things, we will never get exhausted, because they give us energy, even for 1 minute. If we practice taking in that peace for 1 minute, we might have been really, really angry. And for 1 minute, we'll practice that connection, all the anger will go. It will disappear. This is an angel, and the angel is taking from the Supreme and giving to the world. And so we can be the angel when we do all this. We get to the stage where the angel doesn't do anything wrong. The angel is only doing good acts, like sending good wishes to the whole of the world and the nature and everything. We had one of our senior teachers stay here. Her name was Asha then. And she used to go for half an hour in the morning outside. And I thought, oh, she's loving, you know, she's loving all the trees and things and everything. And she said that she was giving good wishes to them. For half an hour every morning, she walked through nature, through the trees and flowers, giving good wishes. Because she had taken so much from the Supreme Soul, she was just bursting to give it. You know, it was too much even for her to hold it all within. She just wanted to spread it out for the whole of nature and the sky and the earth and everywhere. So, any questions? I know I've covered it very quickly, but it's just a start. You know, you can come online and then you can come and stay here and you can learn a lot more, and, you know, there's no end to how much you can learn. And if you look on YouTube, we've got all our talks. We gave talks, hundreds of talks, and they're all on YouTube.
From Lura.
From Lura. They're all on YouTube. You just have it click on, it's got the link.
We'll send that link.
We'll send you the link, and you can listen to at any time.
And Shaliji, they both are very happy to join for the Murli.
Very good.
Preeti also saying, and Faith also saying.
Very good.
And,
that's wonderful.
Kalyani was saying her apologize for today. She can't make it.
We're
but I
missing
think so.
you.
She's joined the Murli. So usually, as you was mentioning, Saliji, we have 6 o'clock Murli also and 9 o'clock. So I think for this group, we'll start with the 9 o'clock Murli would be nice.
Are you available? Are you the same time as us, Dave? Same time.
As a New South Wales timing, same time for you?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. So 9 o'clock. Yes.
And Preeti ji is saying, I will prefer 6 a.m.
Very good. 6
You okay with that?
Yeah, that's okay.
No, I should remind or something like 6 o'clock we read for who are been long time BKs, and 9 o'clock is bit more for a like two-way communication type. Which one would you like to prefer, Sally, for these people?
For Faith is going to do the 9 o'clock one. Is that right? 9 o'clock in the morning?
I don't mind either one.
Well, you can even do both. There's some people that they listen to both. Because the one at 6 o'clock, we don't do any explanation. We just read it through, because some people...
We'll send both the links, Ali.
We'll send you both the links, and you can do...
Comfortable, whichever time for you.
But if you're coming at 6 o'clock, be kind to yourself and allow yourself to have questions, because there's no way. When I first heard the Murli, I thought it was another language. I couldn't understand it at all, but I felt so much love coming from the Murli. So much love. I've never missed a Murli, except when I was in hospital. And then, that's right, my daughter used to come into the hospital and read me the Murli when I was in the hospital. But so you can do both, or you can do one, but be prepared to have questions and be happy to have questions. You know, it's a good sign. Very good sign. So, a blessing. Oh. Yeah. So Sriram is going to get a blessing for you both, and then we'll close. But you can come. He'll give you the links to come tomorrow, either onto the 6 o'clock or the 9 o'clock, or both, and we'll see you anytime you want to come here. You just give us an email or ring us up and say, you know, I'd like to come, and we'll say wonderful.
Now, could we join the next beginners and intermediate again?
Yes, you can. May is going to take, I don't know, one of these. Just take two. Doing the next, it'll start next Tuesday, and you can book for that on YouTube. Is it? On bookings. The Brahma Kumari's website, you can book and do it again. That's a good idea. Yes, you can do that. It'll be the same time as this, and it'll start next week, and it'll go for 4 Tuesday mornings, and it'll finish before Christmas.
Not next week, next month.
No, we changed it to next week, so it'll finish before Christmas.
All right, okay.
And now, Pretty, with a cool head and a warm heart, you maintain a balance between situations and people. Cool head and a warm heart. That's beautiful. And Faith, your life is simple, yet you are clear about the things you value. Beautiful. Your life is simple, yet you are clear about the things you value. And I picked another one, so this is for Sriram. You are powerful and healthy because you are a spiritual being of energy. Very good. Show you. Okay, this is Faith. And this one's Pretty. Good. And this one's Sriram. Good. So it's been lovely to be with you. And we have a friend here, so this is for him. You have discovered the simplest way to change the world is to change the self. Good one? You have discovered that the simplest way to change the world is to change the self. You can hold it up so they can see.
Our life was participant.
Good. Lovely. So don't forget, anytime you can write or ring or come. Open invitation. We would love to see you. Has Pretty said anything?
As you were explaining, Sally, about the Murlis, so she's saying, I definitely need all the help and explanations. So she's happy to go on Murli and more explanation.
Wonderful.
And she's writing more amazing teaching. And thank you both, Sister Sally and Sriram. Thank you too, you all lovely souls. Thank you so much.
We love to do it. we really love to be with you.
And it has been a journey of awakening and a big contribution to my learning. Oh. Okay, I will surely come to a day event on weekend. Om Shanti.
Wonderful. So now we're going to play that. Can we play that song, I Am Light? We're going to play a song called I Am Light, and you can look it up on the, it's by a singer called Indira. You can look it up online. I Am Light. So we won't think of ourselves as heavy, ever. We just think of ourselves, okay, this is a big body, even though I'm small, this is a big body because really I'm a tiny dot there. And so I'm light energy, and I cannot be destroyed. I am eternal, everlasting, and I am light. I'm not the mistakes I've made. I'm not the color of my eyes. I'm light, a point of light. So we'll enjoy this together, and then we'll say goodbye for now, and we'll be eagerly waiting to see you in the morning, 9 o'clock, or if you want to listen to both, that's fine. And tomorrow is different, you know, because on Wednesdays, Sriram, tomorrow you can join 9 o'clock because 6 o'clock there's someone reading to us internationally. So it's a different, every Wednesday, it's someone from overseas. But if they wanted to, they could get that through you. If you wanted to listen to that, you could get that through, Sri Ram will send you his phone number and he can put you onto that. But the 9 o'clock one will be back here. And what else? It's also a little bit later, isn't it? On Wednesdays. 6:30. Okay, now we're going to play the song for you. So think it's a song about you, yourself. And we're playing it with great love for you.
I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. 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 I'm not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that caused me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. 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 Yeah. I am light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light. Oh, light. Oh, light. Yeah. Oh, light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. Yeah. I am divinity divine. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light.
So, lots of love to you both. And we'll hear from you, and Sri Ram will send you all the details. And we'll be so happy to have you here anytime. Bye. Bye, Pretty.